It's at this point I realize that there's nothing there. It's at this point I realize, left myself standing there. Cars flash by, so beautiful, so gorgeous in a racy maze. In a painful stare, the city of angels melts into a sluggish haze. Isn't this the place I came to see my pinnacle of success? It's the 5th or the 6th or 100th step in the race before my death. Cars flash by, so beautiful, so gorgeous in a racy maze. In a painful stare, the city of angels melts into a sluggish haze. I put on my makeup, carefully mind my eyes. Can I make me up for love, to live outside of the lines? What is this feeling overcome me? Where does it live? Rolls around inside my body. I yearn to understand. I feel myself slipping. Could be the tightness round my heart. I gave too much away. Is that my soul crying out to stay? Now is the time to take inventory. Now is the time to understand. Instead of this time running away, I dig deeper in the sand. I dig deeper in the sand. I dig deeper in the sand. In the center of the moment, a decision must be made. The oracle is silent Was there at the wedding? As they came up the aisle, new men took married in the spring of their lives. She sang Ave Maria. It made everyone cry. I was sure she could fly. I was sure she could fly. It was just another nightclub in the middle of the week. Then she stepped behind the microphone, too shy to speak. When she started singing, Naughty Night Stage Drive, I wasn't sure to have moments that she gave us, to the stories that we told. There's the something you can teach me, but you are out of reach.
Hi, very exclusive audience. Welcome to Quality of Death. I'm Patrick. The reason for all the weird seating is my job, which is to stream this. We streamed it last night. We're streaming live. Hello, people streaming on Zoom and YouTube. The microphones are down here if you want to talk to them at intermission. And we needed alleys for the cameras, so that's the weird deal. The other deal is, and yes, you can hear this at home too, is that we're going to have a bank of work lights on during the show because it really helps the cameras in the stream. It does not help your experience, and we apologize for that. So just imagine what the beautiful lighting design would look like without that, if you can. The lighting, which is by Genevieve, still makes a huge difference, trust me. But thank you for putting up with that. We appreciate it. And we're about to start.
Good evening and welcome to Twilight Theater for Quality of Death, a production of Thinking People's Theater. We ask that you remain masked throughout the production and in the lobby for the safety of all. We also ask that you silence your cell phones and not attempt to take photos for the safety and dignity of the players and other patrons. We acknowledge the indigenous people on whose traditional, ancestral, and unceded lands this theater rests, including the Multnomah, Cathlamet, Clackamas, Chinook, and Tualatin Band of the Kalapuya. We understand the acknowledgement is only the first step in a journey to honor those who came before us and are still here. To that end, Thinking People's Theater will donate a portion of ticket sales to NAYA, the Native American Youth and Family Center, who serve Indigenous identifying people throughout the Portland metro area. If you'd like to join and amplify our efforts, there's a donation box in the lobby, or you may make an additional transaction on Venmo or PayPal. Just add a comment to the transaction. And now, please enjoy the world premiere of Quality of Death by Ruth Jenkins.
Hey, babe, what's with all the racket? Doing the St. Vitus dance again? I appreciate your sympathy. Come on, I'm just trying to start the day with a little humor. Emphasis on little. You're a solid half hour late. What were you doing? Standing outside the door listening to me drop things? I'm gonna say this wasn't dropped. And I was late because that appointment I had with the new therapist, Lila, ran over. I was only out there for a minute when I heard stuff flying. I was talking to your doctor. What about? Nothing really, just saying hi. I think she's gonna come in a minute and talk to you about discharge stuff. Discharge as in leaving or as in my leaving? Because they're still burning a little. You keep saying no to a catheter, so. Well, yeah, how would you like to have to deal with a cath? See what I did there? Sure. I love having my name equated with a urine tube. Besides, coming home today or tomorrow, so why are you being so pissy? See what I did there? You're an actual biatch. It's true. Do you still love me? Nope. Can't stand the sight of you. Yep, same. Excellent. All we get this shirt on right, so when the doctor comes in, she'll think you actually will get some care at home.
Hey,
Oh, Terry, do you need a few minutes?
no, I'm good, Doc. Come in. Cass, just helping me fix my shirt.
Hey, Catherine, how are you doing?
Hanging in there.
Did you get a chance to try out that caregiver group?
Yeah, I actually did the intake with the therapist who runs it this morning.
Good. I hope it's helpful for you and that you make time to go now that Terry's going home. Speaking of which, my friend, it's time once again to discharge you. I understand you still don't want a catheter, but it's probably okay because your output of urine has been pretty good the last 2 days. But how's it feeling?
Oh, still a little burny.
Okay, well, the urologist wants to keep you on that antibiotic for another 7 days, just so we can be sure that we can knock that urinary tract infection out the door. But of course, we can't keep you here just for that. The rehab folks say you're ready to go, but speech therapy says you've been having more problems, new problems swallowing. You want to tell me about that?
I mean, I coughed on my food maybe once or twice while I was here, and they all lost their shit.
Yeah, so it sounds odd, but those infections really can mess with a lot of functions, including swallowing. Now, your Parkinson's progression could be causing that too. Are you both still looking like home is the best choice?
Home isn't an issue. We'll get home health again, right?
For a while. And of course, if you have more skin breakdown or your swallowing gets worse, that would extend it. And nursing could be indefinite if you got a catheter.
So for insurance to cover bath aids and all the stuff to keep Cass sane, not have her hurt her back, I have to keep getting worse. Fun times. Okay, well then, where do I sign?
Well, your discharge coordinator will be in here in a little while with your paperwork. Okay, I know this has been really rough on both of you, but hang in there. And I'll see you in my office for a follow-up at the end of the month, okay? By then, I hope everything goes okay at home.
I'm gonna pack your bag, okay? I like Dr. Thomas. I think she's a good listener.
Yeah, not like that urologist. What a dick. But I think I'm gonna really like the new neurologist though. She and I had a pretty good talk when you left yesterday.
Oh yeah, what about?
Hospice?
What the hell, Terry, when I'm not even here?
Yeah, because you lose it when I started on that. So yeah, I had a talk with her.
You're nowhere close to that, honey.
Kat, what are you talking about? I shake like a leaf at the time. I can't dress myself or even wipe my ass very well. I drop stuff all the damn time, and now I'm getting to where I can't even remember words that I'm trying to say.
Baby, you're a fighter. You've got this.
Honey, I know you see me that way, and I love that. But seriously, for the first 8 years, I fought this shit with everything I had. And for 5 of those years, I did a damn good job of it. And then for the next 2, it was like pushing a load of poop bricks up a piss hill. Now it's just completely different. I'm sliding down piss hill and you know it.
Okay. Well, you want me to do everything I have to do to make sure that you can come home? I'm on it. But don't think I'm just gonna sit there and let you let yourself tank. You know, I'm still gonna push you. Don't think I won't, because you are not done yet. We are not done yet. We're gonna rebook that cruise with Donna and Galen, and you're gonna go home and do all your exercises, and not just when you want to, but every day. You're gonna do the leg ones and the weird hand ones, and now we're gonna add the swallowing exercises that you never did, and you're gonna do crossword puzzles and Sudoku.
Damn, woman! What are you now? My personal cheerleader?
Don't you call me that. You know I hate cheerleaders.
Me too. I have to say that if you were a cheerleader at my high school, I would wanted to play football.
That's more like it. Let's save it for home, sweet cheeks. I gotta get you all packed up so we'll be ready to roll after you sign your paperwork. What? Hey, I got it, it's fine. I got it, it's fine.
Hospital floor cat. 5-second rule doesn't apply here.
Right. You know, I know Marcus didn't know any better, but these are on the no-go list for your swallowing because of the nuts.
I'm gonna lick the chocolate off the ones that didn't fall. By the way, I already had 2 already. So neener.
You know, I knew I should have taken these home. You said you were going to give them to the nurses. And you know, just because you had 2 and didn't choke to death doesn't mean you should have more. You know, what's her name said that you could eat steak one day and be fine and choke on a banana the next. So better safe than sorry.
I feel like sorry better than safe at this point. I'm tired of waiting on little disasters. Gray area does not work well for me. And one day I can use a cane, and then suddenly it's a walker, and then it's, no, Terry, we think it's time for a wheelchair. But wait, we still want you to practice on the walker because we think you can use it sometime. Wait, no, now you're falling from the walker, so let's just stick to the chair.
They're just trying to help you have as many good days as possible before you. Before
The good days are few and far between. FYI, a cruise is right out. You can go with them when I'm gone.
No, don't you say that. Don't you ever say that to me. You know, I was still in the room before you had your little whatever talk with the neurologist, and she said that you could be around for years yet.
Yeah, what kind of years? Huh? I mean, quantity doesn't equal quality in this game.
Hello, Terry.
Hello, Dictor. I mean, doctor. God, my speech is not what it used to be, from the Parkinson's.
Right, yes. So, I understand you're leaving us today.
Yep,
So you sure you don't want to consider the catheter at this point?
100%.
Well, we covered the pros and the cons of that decision the other day. If you change your mind, let me or Dr. Thomas know, and we'll get you right in. Okay, well, we sent your prescription for antibiotics over to the pharmacy. Follow the instructions and keep taking them until they're completely gone. Don't stop just because you don't notice any symptoms. So, you have any questions for me?
Yeah, I think I need about 30 more minutes of your time. No? Okay. Well, just one quick question. Can I get a different urologist? Preferably a woman next time. I don't love having a guy deal with my lady parts.
Sure, I'm sure we can make that happen.
Oh,
I'll make a
great.
note of that preference in your chart.
no hard feelings. Yeah, no. Oh, here, have some chocolate.
No.
No, it's good.
Sorry,
It is
that's good enough.
delicious upscale stuff.
I'm sorry, we can't take food that's been in people's rooms. Well, discharge coordinator is about to come in. I gotta go now. Good luck on everything at home. Bye. Great.
Bedside manner of a wet sock. Oh. Damn, I wanted him to eat one of those chocolates. What's your preference, Victor? Essence of tongue almond cluster or Florida macadamia truffle?
Yeah. He isn't anything to write home about, but he's not too bad. I do think you should have a female in the future, though. My question is for the discharge gal, and when are we gonna be having home health again?
I mean, I think it was within a day last time, but I want you to know that I'm going to be talking to them from the get-go about hospice. Actually, about death. I want to talk about death.
Sorry, I had to talk to Max for a couple minutes. Did you spend some time with me before you go, since it was Rick that did your intake? Okay, I just have a couple questions. What did you think of the group?
It was good. Oh, and I'm sorry I was late.
No worries.
We had a tough morning. My mom, she barely eats a thing, and today I thought, wow, she's actually eaten a whole tiny meal, and seriously, she was on the last couple of bites when she started coughing and then gagging, and then everything came up. So then we both had to have another shower because I was right in front of her when it happened. Who would have thought the old girl to have had so much puke in her? Sorry, just running off at the mouth now.
Really, it's fine. I want to get a good idea of what's going on with you and your mom. So I see from Rick's notes that your mom's name is Martha.
Yeah.
She's 88. She has end-stage emphysema. She had a small stroke not too long ago, and she's on palliative care.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, plus a bunch of small falls. I feel like she's headed to hospice soon, but my sister does not want to hear that, and mom keeps pushing it away, mostly because I think she's afraid of Sherry freaking out.
So you just have the one sister and then one brother too, I see, is that right?
Yes, I'm the oldest, Doug is in the middle, and Sherry's the youngest.
And it looks like you and your sister live here and your brother lives out at the coast.
Right.
And you have your mom's power of attorney.
Well, I have the health care power of attorney. Doug does the financial part. He did not really want to take it on. We started out having Sherry do both of them back when mom was in assisted living, and that did not work out so well.
Christ on a crutch, Doug. What do you think is going on?
I thought we were keeping our voices down so she could nap. Look, you need to know that you can't take money out of the trust and not document it.
I know how the trust works, Doug. I was there when we set it up. Is Pam complaining about what I buy from Mom? Oh, I saw her looking at that bank statement when she was at my place last week. She looked like my goddamn cat when he knocks my glasses off the table. What? Me? No.
Okay. She wasn't complaining. It's just that there's about $500 less in the account than last month, and it's not clear where it went because Mom's rent and bills are all auto pay. Look, it's okay. It's great if she asks for stuff or whatever. But you need to keep receipts and write it in the ledger. It's not that hard, Sherry.
Sure. Right. Yeah. Do you have any idea how many nights I've spent over here in the last 3 months? It's not easy, Doug. It's not great. Sleeping on that little love seat, getting up in the middle of the night 3 or 4 times to help her, trying to decide if she needs me to call 911. I am freaking exhausted, and you want me to keep receipts and track a ledger? I am getting little things to comfort her.
Like what?
Food, because she'll eat almost nothing the kitchen here serves.
I can't say I blame her on that.
It's actually not too bad here, but she thinks everything's too high calorie. So I get her snacks, stuff she can microwave, things she'll eat because she thinks it's healthy.
But $500 on snacks? Really?
Well, obviously not. There's extra briefs so she doesn't run out. Yeah. There's a couple of magazines that she likes. Oh, and some clothes she wanted me to order.
Clothes? Sherry, are you high? The woman has enough clothes to open a consignment store. We literally looked at 6 places before she moved here because none of the first 5 had enough closet space.
What can I say, Doug? She's no different than ever. The woman likes to look good.
For what? She barely leaves the apartment. They have an assload of activities here, and she hardly goes to any of them.
How would you know?
Roxy, the activities lady, told me.
Oh, you mean life enrichment coordinator. Poor Roxy. God, that is one of the hardest jobs here, and I am not even kidding. Looks like fun, but ooh, the bitching.
Okay, well, from what Roxy says, Mom's not enriching her life all that much.
I don't know. She goes to some things.
Hey, residents, don't forget bingo at 4 o'clock in the second floor lounge.
Bingo. She goes to bingo.
Bingo? Since when? Remember when we used to visit Uncle Bob in the nursing home? Every time we left, she would remind us, if we ever caught her playing bingo, we were to shoot her. Remember that?
Well, she has changed her mind, Doug, and clearly you do not understand the premier entertainment that is bingo. They had a 4-piece band in to play the oldies last week, and now that band is super popular here because they can play every song that came out from like 52 to 62.
Wonder what they're going to be playing when we're living here.
Right? Well, something must have gotten screwed up with the schedule because about 10 minutes into their set, an announcement came on that bingo was going to start. My God, you have never seen a room clear so fast. That band must have felt like the Osmonds playing in a room full of AC/DC fans.
Okay, sure. But $500 on clothes and stuff, I mean, it seems kind of over the top. Seriously, if she wore something different every day for the rest of her life, she still couldn't wear everything she has.
Counting them then, huh?
Counting what, the clothes?
The days, Dougie. The number of days Mom has left.
Jesus, Cher, that's harsh.
No worse than you accusing me of stealing from the trust fund.
I never said that.
Oh, no, because you never say anything straight up.
No.
But that is clearly
No.
what you think, that I am
Say
spending
that.
Mom's
Your
money on
words,
myself.
Not mine.
Oh, well, here is me thinking you're waiting for Mom to die so you can inherit something before she spends it all. And there's you thinking that I am trying to spend it on myself before that can happen.
Damn it, Sherry. I don't care if I don't inherit a dime. Mom and Dad worked hard for every goddamn penny they had. And honestly, it's not enough to argue about. I just don't want her to spend down so far that she ends up in some shithole place because it's all she can afford. I'm not waiting for her to die. I just want her to be in a good place when she does.
Hey, Sherry, is Doug here yet? So, after a while, Doug was able to convince Sherry to give up the financial part.
Did he think that she was taking advantage of your mom? I mean,
financially?
No. Well, maybe at first a little, but then I think we both just realized it was more that Sherry would do anything to keep Mom happy, even if it wasn't the best for the long run. And then she said that I was cheap and that I didn't care about Mom's happiness, which is totally untrue.
Well, just out of curiosity, why was Sherry the one doing it?
Well, Sherry had a lot more time on her hands, and she lived closer to Mom then, and we all agreed it would be easier for her to shop for Mom, so it was better if she handled the money. Plus, I had 2 kids at home and was working full-time.
Sherry doesn't work?
Oh, she does, but she's an artist, so she works for herself. Her schedule is more flexible than mine, and she doesn't have kids.
Are you still full-time?
No, I cut back to 2 days a week for now. When Mom fell the last time and broke her shoulder, we realized that assisted living wasn't cutting it, so we moved her in with us because we have the spare bedroom. And at that point, it made sense for me to do the healthcare power of attorney, but it didn't seem right for me to do both. So Doug took over the financial part after a few more go-arounds with Sherry.
Is having her at your house working out? How's your family dealing with it?
Well, my oldest isn't home, she's at college, but when she does come home, she's super sweet with her grandma. They play a lot of Scrabble. And my son, well, he's actually pretty hilarious in the way of a 17-year-old. When Mom was in rehab and really pushing to go back to the assisted living instead of coming to our place, he said to me, "Come on, Mom, she weighs practically nothing. I'm pretty sure I could just pick her up and carry her home." That would have been a sight.
And your husband, how's he doing?
He's been a real champ with it. I swear I do not know how he stays so calm.
I thought you said you brought all my stuff here.
Well, we brought everything that you didn't sell in your little sale, Mom.
Yeah, little is right. I barely made $200 off all that furniture and kitchen stuff. It's funny. You think you've lived this great, wonderful life, and it turns out all it brings you is $200.
Your life is not your stuff, Mom. Anyway, we brought everything that you said was most important to you. Some furniture, most of your clothes and jewelry, your computer, 6 boxes of letters and clippings. Are you missing something?
Oh, thank God, Ross. That thing keeps beach balling.
Yeah, Martha, I'll figure it out. What you looking for?
My White Owl cigar box.
I'm sorry, what?
The White Owl cigar box that your Uncle Bob gave me.
Is that a box with an owl on it? I mean, like a ceramic box?
No, it's a White Owl cigar box.
What is it, some kind of antique wooden box?
No, damn it! It's a White Owl cigar box, just a regular cardboard cigar box. White Owl brand. That's the brand Uncle Bob smoked. I keep all my pens and pencils in it. Bob gave it to me when I was trying to organize things, and I've used it for that ever since.
Jeez, Mom, you scared me. I thought we lost something valuable.
It is valuable. It has all my writing stuff in it.
Well, you don't need to worry about that, Mom. You've got like 100 pens and pencils in that baggie in your desk.
Those are my spares.
Okay. Well, I mean, we can get you some more if you need them, and I can certainly pick you up a new pencil box when I go to Target.
It's not like that. You don't just go losing people's stuff and then, especially your mother's stuff, and then go spending money willy-nilly to replace it. I was not brought up like that. I kept things organized for a reason. That's why we never ended up in the poorhouse.
All right, I'll get you a used pencil box. One of the ones the kids used for school.
That's not the same. I want my white L box.
Jesus, Mom, it's just a box.
You just don't understand. Bob came over one day after I had about had a conniption fit in front of him and your dad about the junk drawer being in such a mess. I was at the end of my rope. Your dad was facing layoffs. You were about to go into the hospital to have your tonsils taken out. And your brother decided he'd given me the greatest favor in the world by waxing the floor with Crisco. Bob gave me that box to organize the drawer. But really it was just that he felt somebody should do something nice for me. And it wasn't something that had to cost money, because he and Aunt Phil didn't have anything extra either. It was just something comforting. And it smelled nice in that weird tobacco way. And I could look at it and know that it came from family.
Well, so it's not so much the box as the memory? Martha, I know how tough it's been for you to have to give up so much, but Pam's right. Life does not equal stuff. It's people. We are your people, and we are going to do everything we can for you. Okay?
But my box.
Well, here's the thing. I have this box that I made in wood shop for my dad, and when he passed away, my mom gave it back to me. I'm going to find that box, give it to you for your pencils. Now, since you knew my dad pretty well, I'll tell you the story of that box. That way you'll have another box and a story again, and even if it's a different story.
You are the sweetest guy in the world, Ross. I hope you know how lucky you are, Miss Pam.
That's me, Lucky Pam. Speaking of lucky, I need to go pick up the stuff that was donated for the school raffle. I will be back in about an hour to start dinner.
Okay, hon. See ya.
I suppose you'll be looking to get that box back when I go, Ross?
Hell yes, woman.
Well, I've started my who inherits what list, and as soon as I find a pen, I'll put you down for the box. Make sure you get it back.
Let's not jump the gun.
Oh, about me going?
No. About me finding that box in the basement from hell. That's going to be some work, so you better stick around a while.
Oh, I have nightly conversations with my lungs on that topic. I keep telling them it's for Sherry, not for me.
Oh, Sherry know that?
I have a hard time starting that talk with her. She keeps dodging it. Pam says I should write it to her.
Well, Pam's usually right about these things more often than she's wrong. I, of course, would never admit that to her. Now, speaking of writing, I believe these are your spares. Pen for you, my lady.
He sounds like a really great guy.
Yes, he is.
Did he ever find the box?
Yes, he did. She keeps her writing stuff in it all the time. Which reminds me, he needs to get into his office, so he's waiting for me to come back, so I have to go.
Okay, well, it was really great getting to know you a little bit better. Will I see you at the group?
I think so. I mean, yes. I'll be there.
Okay, Charlie. Are you comfortable?
Comforter? No, it's too hot for that. I'll just take the sheet.
Okay, but I said comforter, not comfortable, not comforter. Do you need me to position you better?
Sweater? No, I don't need a sweater. I'm okay with the sheet.
Okay, Charlie. I'll just get these out of here. I'll see you later.
Ooh, what smells so bad in here?
I don't know, Pop Pop.
I think it's probably that big dump you just took, Pop Pop. Woo! Thank God Juliana got that out.
Dad,
Oh, Dev, Pop Pop don't care. You still got your sense of humor, don't you, Pop Pop?
Oh, you did her up then down.
You mean out then in?
Sure, if you say so.
Well, Juliana says you hadn't gone in about 3 days. It's a good thing you did too. You're gonna need the room because Mom's bringing you some of her peach pie made with peaches from her own tree. She'll be in just a minute. Hey, Mom! He's back in bed! You better get that pie in here quick before he falls asleep.
oh, Pop Pop, stay awake so you can have some of Grandma's pie.
Oh, a long time ago,
A long time ago, what, Pop Pop?
when my grandma died.
Grandma's pie, Pop Pop, pie.
Oh, yeah, my grandma's pie was good, but not as good as your Aunt Mama Edie's was.
Well, it must run in the family. I wish I remembered her better. I was pretty little when she passed.
What do you mean, passed? Isn't she right up there? Isn't that what you said, Mike? To Tom? No, I mean, Jeff?
No, Pop Pop, that's your daughter. My mom, Bev. She's Devin's grandma. You're Edie. Your wife was Dev's great-grandma.
Where's Edie?
She's not with us anymore.
Oh, that's too bad. She made damn good pie.
Are we talking about Mama? She did make good pie, but I think my peach is about on a par with hers. You know, I use her recipe for the crust, minus the lard. She made great pie. Okay, I brought you a nice big piece, Pop. Is he asleep already?
He seems a little confused today. Took him 3 tries to get my name.
Well, that's better than it was with me last time. Took him 5. Oh, I can understand him naming the older sisters before me, but Viv before me? I mean, that just doesn't make sense. And Pete, there's no excuse for Pete.
Yeah, Dad, at least you only named your brothers first.
Yeah, you'd be glad he didn't name all 20 of your cousins before you. Honestly, he doesn't seem all that much worse to me. Probably just seems different to you because you only see him once in a while.
I see him every first Sunday, Mom.
Well, we missed last month because of vacation.
I tried to see him a couple weekends ago. But if you recall, Miss Devin, there were some issues.
Let's just enjoy our visit, okay? Come on, Pop. Wake up, I brought pie. Wake up. Wake up, let's have a nice visit. Julianne said you only ate about 2 bites of lunch today, so let's get you some of this pie.
Oh, that's good, Edie. What kind is it?
It's peach.
Remember, Pop? We told you it's peaches that my mom picked from her tree, and this is my mom, your daughter, Bev.
I know that. You think I can't tell when I'm eating peaches? You think I can't tell Bev from Bev?
Well, actually, you started to...
Dad, just don't. He doesn't need all that. Doesn't matter. Grandma's used to it. She doesn't care.
Here, Papa, have another bite.
No, okay, one more, but then I gotta be done.
So, you got any of that for me, Mom?
Hey, you are not sharing this pie with Papa. I have a whole pie for you out in my car so you can take it home. Yes. You still chewing? Come on, swallow that. I'll give you another one.
No thanks, son. I'm full now.
But you only had 1 bite. You said it was good.
I said I'm
Come on,
full.
Try some more.
No, I said I'm full.
You heard the man. I will be happy to help with that.
Listen, you touch this pie, I will poke you with a fork. This fork.
Jeez.
You go, Grandma. Are you still chewing? Come on, swallow it. I'll give you another one.
No, I said, you heard what I said, Maggie. Carol, Bev, I'm done.
Pop, Kyle's the first great grandkid to get married. You don't want to miss that.
Oh, how do you expect me to go to a wedding? I can't even get across the room.
Well, I mean, you'll be in your wheelchair, Pop.
That's nonsense. It's just a lot of trouble for everybody else. And I don't need to live to be 100 either. That's nonsense, too. I got another, what, 10, 12 years before that.
Oh, no, Papa, you only have about 2 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that can't be right.
Yep, Pop, you are 98.
How the heck did that happen?
Well, you were a very healthy guy. You just kept going for your walks and working in the garden. You have lived a long and good life.
That's what I'm saying. I have lived a long, good life. It's time to be done. I don't know why y'all can't see that. Oh, every time I start to fall asleep, or when I know I'm gonna fall asleep, I think to myself, oh, well, this'll be it. The good Lord will take me on that long, blessed journey now. And then my eyes are open and I'm still right here. And then I saw this program on the TV where some doctor was talking about ways you could go faster. Taking some mix of pills. Well, I thought, I can still take pills. So they got me taking all kinds of pills.
Not sure the good Lord would approve of that, Papa.
Well, maybe not. But then I thought, maybe they could just stop giving me all that crap and that would be just good enough to end me. I mean, you think that would work? That should do it. It'd be natural enough. I don't see him objecting to that.
They already took you off a bunch of stuff, Papa, a couple months ago. Most all that's left is stuff for your bowels and pain, and so you don't have a stroke or another heart attack.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe that's just what needs to happen. I mean, I signed a paper a while ago, didn't I? Where I said if I have a heart attack, they won't try to bring me back.
But you don't want to be lying around in pain all the time, do you?
Well, okay. I'll keep the pain ones and I'll just stop the rest.
Maybe you can get the doctor or one of the visiting nurses to talk to him about that, Grandma.
Yeah.
Or maybe get some information from that support group that one nurse was telling you about.
Look, that's a lot to think about. Let's just see how things go. Okay, we all want to have a wonderful 100th birthday for you. You're so close. Only 2 years, Papa.
2 years? That's a doggone long time to be lying around waiting, Bev. 100? Oh, it's just a number.
Well, it's a pretty impressive number, Pop. It's pretty special.
Can't we just have a party and pretend? Because I can do that. But if the rest of you can't, well, I'm just going to start doing things the way they talked about on that show. I kind of already am.
What do you mean, Pop?
Are you talking about not eating and drinking on purpose? Because Juliana wondered if that's what you were trying to do. Oh, you need to start watching your old westerns and not that new stuff. All the things you can't remember. I can't imagine why this is what stuck with you, Pop. Your memory is as selective as your hearing.
What's that?
You heard me, old man.
Well, maybe Pop remembers the things that are important to him.
Oh, that'll do, Dev.
I don't think this will be as easy as you think, Pop. I mean, just think about how hungry and thirsty you're going to get after a while. It doesn't sound like a very comfortable way to go.
Oh, what's a comfortable way? We all want to die in our sleep, but how many of us get that? And anyway, being hungry, it just ain't much of a thing anymore. I just eat to eat. Because the girls won't leave me alone if I don't.
That's what we're paying them to do, Pop.
You're acting like I never talked about it before, Beverly. But you know we talked about all this last night.
Oh, no, Pop. I was not here last night, and this is the first I have heard about any of this.
Well, then it was Carol.
I don't think so, Pop. Did you talk to her on the phone?
No, she was sitting right there. We talked about all this. She acted like she was fine with it.
Auntie Carol's out of town, Papa.
Not last night, she wasn't.
Hey, Pop Pop, it's okay.
It's okay, Papa, it's really okay, all right? Okay. Now listen, I need to go talk to Juliana for a minute, okay? Okay, so, oh, and while I do, let Devin feed you some of this pie, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that is one stubborn gal.
I wonder where she got that from.
Heck if I know.
Good morning. Good morning. Let's start with a check-in. Since we have some new and some returning people, how about we go around, have everybody say their names, how long they've been coming, maybe a sentence or two about the loved one you're caring for, and just how you're feeling about things today. Again, my name is Lila, and I've been leading this group for a couple of years. Had a very fast-paced day, but I'm grateful to be with you. So let's start with you, Pam, and we'll work our way around.
Okay, I'm Pam Dexter. I've been coming for 5 weeks. My mom, Martha, lives with us. She has emphysema, and I guess today I'm feeling pretty stressed. I've been trying to get my sister to come to this group, but she won't. So that's enough, I guess.
Okay. How about you, Catherine?
It's my first time here. I'm Catherine Hager. My wife Terry has Parkinson's disease. She's been home from the hospital for about a month now, and well, I guess I'm feeling a little lost.
That's a common feeling in this group over time. It's something we can definitely talk about. Okay, Susan, how are you today?
My husband, I'm Susan Alter. My husband is Jerry. He's only 59, but he has dementia, Lewy body dementia. Oh, we've had quite a month, which is why I haven't been here much. About 4 weeks ago, he tried to leave the memory care place where he lives. Well, he did it, too. He really is still so smart. They think he followed a delivery man out. You wouldn't think a guy who could barely speak could manage that. Anyway, he got about a block away before a couple of the staff saw him out the window. They chased him. He used to run track, so... Wait, what else was I supposed to say?
How long you've been coming and how you're feeling about things today.
Right. I've been coming off and on for 4 months. Oh, wait, no, 5. Because it was before he was placed. And I guess I'm okay today. But every day is different. That day Jerry went on the lam, I was a complete wreck.
That must have been really scary. I'm sorry that you and Jerry had to go through that.
Thank you.
Okay, Max, you're up.
I'm Max Stevenson. My wife Geneva has stage 4 breast cancer, and now with metastases to the spine and brain. She's young. We have 2 kids at home, Carly and Ben. I've been going when I can to this for the last 2 months. And how am I feeling today? honestly, pretty mad. And, yeah, I guess just mad.
Thanks, Max. I know that's hard to say sometimes. And that leaves us with Bev, and she's new to us this week.
I'm Bev Tucker. My father's Charlie Horner. He's, well, he's had some dementia, but basically he's just really old. He's 98. And lately he's kind of been given up. And I feel pushed. I was basically pushed by my granddaughter into coming here last week to meet Lila, and now I feel pushed to join this group today, and it's just not my thing, so sorry.
There's no need to be sorry, Bev. It's not for everyone. We'll just see how it goes with you. It's all good. For the two new people, you should know that if you don't want to talk, you don't have to. And there's water and tissues over there. Also, keep in mind that people are not always looking for suggestions. They really want to be heard and honored and not necessarily have people try to solve for them. I usually do start with a topic, and if we veer off of it, that's okay too. My starter today is, what does quality of life mean for your family and for you? So if we could just take a few minutes and take some breaths, and when somebody's ready, they can just start.
Okay. For my mom, her quality of life really seems to revolve around her stuff. When she fell, we realized that she wasn't getting the care she needed at the assisted living, so she moved in with us. And she would not even consider an adult foster care home or a nursing home, mostly because she couldn't take all of her stuff with her. So now her stuff is in my house. And we couldn't let her bring everything, and she was not pleased with that. She's just so attached to some really odd things, and now my house looks like some weird antique store.
God, Jerry's really funny about his things. Like sometimes he doesn't recognize his things. Like yesterday, he was trying to give his underwear to other residents. Or then he's taking other people's things. Last week, he tried to wear someone else's dentures. Ugh, they're dentures. He has his own teeth. But the main thing is he tries to put all his stuff into a laundry bag every day. I guess he thinks he's coming back home or going, I don't know where.
It's very common for people, especially folks with dementia, to take several months to settle into a new setting like that.
That's what they told me, but it's just so hard to watch. Funny, when he did that runner last month, he didn't take anything. I guess he didn't have time. I think for him, life is about freedom. And being where he is, I guess it just feels like prison.
Well, so far nobody's really talked about what life quality means for themselves. Food. For me, it's definitely food. I mean, not just food. You know, there are other important things.
Go on, Bev. There's no wrong answer.
Well, when I say food, I don't mean just eating. I mean making and sharing. I love to bake. And it makes me happy to give stuff to people.
I hear that.
Oh, me too. Well, bread and beer mostly. But I used to make a ton of it for friends. It kept me sane.
The thing is, my pop, he used to love every bit of food I brought him. Probably because most of it was stuff my mom used to make. And he always was this big eater. But now I can't hardly get him to eat anything. And neither can his caregiver, and she's a really good cook. He'll eat like 1-2 bites, that's it. And I guess your taste buds go to pot when you're old, huh?
It's true, but there's other things that affect appetite too. Medications, depression, sometimes body systems shutting down, or even decreased will to live. Anyway, Bev, what you and Max both said, and is probably true for a lot of people, is that quality of life revolves around doing things for others. It might not just be about food, but the need to somehow help others. What do you think?
Yeah, I guess. My pop always was one to do a lot for other people, and now, of course, he can't. But for me, I feel like bringing food to him is all I have to offer. I mean, I've thought about bringing him to our house to live with us, but I just can't see it. I just can't do everything he needs.
Does that bother you?
I feel like I've talked enough. There must be somebody else who has to go now.
If it does bug you, don't let it. Oh, it's a tough choice putting somebody in a care place, but oh, having them at home can be a tough row to hoe.
That's the God's honest truth. I mean, you know, I think you're right. Not everybody's had a chance to say their bit about quality of life. Max, maybe it's your turn?
I think the biggest problem we're having is that Jen's idea of it and mine is pretty different. That made us great as a couple before she got sick, but now it makes it hard. I mean, she's just go dog go and wants to cram as much as possible, and I would rather she just chill and enjoy what she can.
Do you know why she wants to cram stuff in?
Oh, I mean, yeah, she's dying.
Right, yes, but what is it that she feels like she needs to get done?
It reminds me of when she was pregnant, you know, trying to get everything clean and organized and make all these meals to freeze. And now she's literally ordering gifts for me and the kids for years worth of birthdays and Christmases, and making all these recordings and notes and photo albums of our trips.
Are you helping her with that?
Yeah, if that's somehow your business.
Okay, so remembering that we are listening and not trying to solve for anyone.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. I just thought that, I mean, if you were helping her with this, maybe she could relax and then you could still be spending time together. And oh God, what am I saying? My mom's been after me to do those kinds of things with her for weeks, and I keep putting it off. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm off a little today. Sorry. It's just she acts like she wants to fill every minute and then just roll over and die. I feel like once she gets all these tasks done, she just wants to be gone. And the thing is, I'm not ready for that, and the kids are not ready for that, and no amount of gifts or frozen fucking meals is gonna make us ready for that, you know? Like if she just slow down and relax. She might buy herself some extra time with us.
Is she talking about making herself be gone? does anyone else have that going on? Cause my Terry, she's been talking about ending herself with medication assistance or just not eating or drinking. And I guess that's not really the topic, is it?
It's okay, Catherine. We can completely talk about that.
Quality of life. I guess for Terry, it's being able to do stuff for herself. She just hates it that she can't. And for me, it's about the two of us. Me and Terry being able to do stuff, travel. Yeah, that's what we've been looking forward to when I retire. And we thought we'd have more time before her Parkinson's got so bad.
I hear that. Oh, we wanted to take the kids certain places and now we can't. I guess I could do it after, but it wouldn't be the same. But also the the other thing that you were asking about, the ending her life, that's something Jen's talked to me about a couple of times. It just seems so hard. I can't imagine what it would be like to do that, but I still can't imagine her being gone at all.
That's a pretty common topic in this group over time. And it's actually the topic for next week because Dr. Brandon, who is supposed to come in at the end of the month, changed her date. She's coming next week to talk about medically assisted dying and voluntary giving up of eating and drinking.
Okay, I am not ready for that, so I probably won't be here.
Bev, we don't ever push. It was a topic of interest to some folks. I'm sorry that it's happening so soon after you started, especially if, well, is that something that your dad has been talking about?
Yes, he has, and I am not ready to go there.
That's fair.
It's not a popular one with me either. But I want to hear what she has to say. Even though I still can't wrap my head around what it would be like.
Jerry's past the point where we could consider that medically assisted thing, or probably even stopping of eating and drinking because he can't really say what he wants and his dementia's so bad he can't make decisions for himself.
Yeah, my understanding is that you have to be pretty with it for doctors to do that stuff.
It's especially true with actual assisted death. Physician has to state that the patient is likely within 6 months of dying.
And that seems to be pretty hard to say in a lot of cases.
Well, this has been really good discussion, but since we have gotten into next week's topic and we're just about out of time, we probably should wrap this up. I think that you all shared a lot about quality of life. It's a hugely varied topic. I'm very impressed with what everybody had to say. So how many of you will be here next week?
Oh, me for sure.
I'll be here.
Me too. I'll have to see how everything's going at home.
Bev, I know you're thinking of not coming, but give it a little thought and just remember you can always leave if it gets to be too much.
We'll see. I'll think about it.
How about you, Catherine?
I think I'm like Bev. I don't know, but probably because it'll be fair to Terry. I don't know. We'll just have to see.
Great. Well, I guess I'm going to see some of you next week. Thank you so much for coming. Please remember to take some of those breaths when you need to, and please block some time out for yourselves every day to take care of yourselves.
Easier said than done. But thanks for the reminder. Lila, do you want us to stack the chairs?
Yes, please. That would be great. Max, can you help me with these chairs?
Sure. So, I was wondering, do you ever get worn down listening to people's stuff all the time?
No, not really. Not worn down. Although I work out the heavier things with the therapist I go to.
A therapist for the therapist.
Yeah.
I'm really glad I have her.
I bet you heard some amazing things.
Well, yes, I do.
I just don't feel like making decisions today.
Come on, Mom. You've been putting this off for so long. We need to fill this thing out so that we're prepared.
Let's just wait until Doug gets here.
Doug is the money guy, Mom. Remember, I'm the health care.
And I am a big piece of nothing on a stick.
Oh, stop it, Cher. I'm just trying to help her get stuff in order.
Don't have to push her, Pam. She's got plenty of time for that.
No, she doesn't necessarily. I mean, we could go through another trip like the one to the ER that last time, any time now. And we need to be prepared. Mom, you were lucky. You came out of that stroke really well, but what if things were worse? What if you couldn't think straight or you couldn't speak for yourself?
You don't need to go scaring the crap out of her. She's not likely to have another one.
You don't know that. And you're breathing. Mom, what if it suddenly got much worse? We need to know what you want and what you don't want.
Well, maybe just don't call 911 next time. Just don't have them take me. How about that?
Just what you wanted to hear, right, Pam? Mom, we do not have to go there yet. I know you do not want to go there.
Go where, Sherry?
You know what I mean. We don't have to talk about you passing.
What do you mean, like gas?
Okay, Mom. Expiring.
Oh, Sherry Ann, I am not a can of tuna. The word is dying. That's where I'm going. That's going to be my next big trip.
Sherry, please come with me to that group. I swear to God, it'll help you.
He's a nurse. Cat is part of his job. Anyway, like he said when he first came, they get assigned, you know what I mean?
Territories.
Yes, territories, and we live in his.
Well, I just thought you'd want a woman, that's all. You seem to want just female doctors, so I'm sure they can work on it if you asked.
Well, I want whoever acts in my best interest.
You think he does, because he supports this idea of yours.
He's a nurse, Kath. Besides, he's not the only nurse who'll be working with me.
No, but he's the one that's pushing you
No,
to...
he isn't. You know better. You just said he's supporting my idea. And that's the truth. Colin isn't pushing anything except what I've asked for. And all he's said is that he would talk with the doctor and the hospice people to see if they think I'm ready.
Well, what if I'm not ready? What about me? Who's acting in my best interest?
Me! I am! Believe it or not, Kath, easily half of what I'm doing here is for you.
Jerry. Settle down, sweetheart.
No, no, no.
Jerry, sweetie, let's look at your book, okay? Come sit here beside me and let's look at your book.
No. Right. Him. 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 Him.
Honey, this is your home.
This shibble. 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 Damn it. You know.
Bullshit.
Right.
Maybe next time we'll go home for a visit, or to Claire's, okay? But for now, let's just look at this. Good. Okay. All right. Oh, see? That's when we went to Canada. Jerry.
I am here. You are there.
Grandma, just meet with the therapist one time and then go to one of the groups and see what it's like.
I do not want to talk to a stranger and then a bunch of strangers about Papa.
Seriously, when we were picking up that muscle rub on the way here, you had a conversation about him with the pharmacy guy you've never met before.
That's different. That was just about his neck pain.
No, it started there and then you told him Pop's entire history.
Look, it's still not the same. I like to tell people about the things Pop did in his life, but I don't want to be talking about his
death. You don't want to talk about him dying.
Of course not. People don't want to hear about that.
Grandma, that's literally what the group is for. It's for families of people who are dying soon.
Who says he's dying soon?
Pop. He says it. He says it right out loud.
Yes, I do hear some amazing stories like yours and Geneva's. How much have you two talked about how she wants her end to be since we last talked?
Well, like I was saying, she sounds like she wants to have it happen sooner than later, but she wants to prep everything first. And I think it might be too late for, assisted dying from her mental situation, from the cancer reaching her brain. She's not thinking as clearly.
Are you seeing a lot of confusion?
Yeah. We'll be talking and suddenly she doesn't make any sense, or suddenly she'll start talking about traveling or research or getting her PhD, the things that she's really proud of in her life. Sometimes it's like I'm not there. It's always kind of been like that. She's always liked to talk about herself. Jesus, that is a crap thing to say about someone who's dying. My wife, she's a loving person, and I love her, and she's great with the kids, and sorry.
It's okay, Max. You don't have to feel guilty. Your life, your history with your wife is what it is. It's clear that you love her. But being listened to, what that does for us is really very much like being loved. And I know you're a good listener for her. but it's okay for you to want to be seen and heard too, even if you're not the one dying.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well, we're going to be talking about alternatives to actual medical dying next week too, so if you can make it, I think you'll find it really helpful.
I'll definitely try. Okay, I gotta see what's up with the kids and Jen that day, but I'll try. I will try.
one said closing the door another day. If I can make it through the city and the traffic, I'll be okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the cars and thinking about the lives. Everybody's a child, so many husbands and wives. Moving all at the same time in their own ways. But too many people are treating this like a race. Way home, way home. We're all looking for our way home. Way home, way home. Let's make sure everybody gets home. Now things are getting slower and congestion is insane. You got your blinker on and you're nosing in my lane. I say, go ahead, what's a second or two to me? I'm just trying to get from point A to point B safely. If things are getting slower and congestion is insane. You got your blinker on and you're nosing into my lane. I say go ahead, what's a second or two to me? I'm just trying to get from point A to point B safely. Way home, way home. We're all looking for our way home. Way home, way home. Let's make sure everybody gets home.
resuscitate. That's the end of that. Yeah. Do not resuscitate. That's the end of that. Yeah.
Oh, this street seems so lonely. The street where it all began. The dream makes it seem so familiar, but somehow it slipped through my hand. It's at this point I realize that there's nothing there. It's at this point I realize, left myself standing there. Cars flash by, so beautiful, so gorgeous in a racy maze. In a painful stare, the city of angels melts into a sluggish haze. Isn't this the place I came to see my pinnacle of success? It's the 5th or the 6th or 100th step in the race before my death. Cars flash by, so beautiful, so gorgeous in a racy maze. In a painful stare,
Devin Elaine, I know your mama and daddy did not raise you to talk like that to your elders.
Stop trying to change the subject, Grandma.
Keep your voice down. You'll wake up Pop. He had a bad night, didn't he, Juliana?
Yeah, he was up for at least 4 hours in the middle of the night.
And he tried to get out of bed twice. Okay, sorry, but still, Grandma, you have to go back to that group again tomorrow. You need to hear what they have to say.
Your grandma is right about this. I've seen a lot of people pass in my house, and I hate to see them go that way. If they're still able to eat and drink, I'm gonna feed them. Speaking of which, I gotta go feed Joni. Let me know if he wants a snack when he wakes up.
Two of you just constantly bring him food, even when he doesn't want you to. It doesn't seem fair.
Fair schmear. What's fair about making me go to some talk about something I don't buy into? And it's only my second time there. I don't want to be talking about letting my father starve himself to death in front of a bunch of people I don't know.
Maybe don't talk, just listen, which I know is hard for you.
You got that right.
Oh, Pop, I'm sorry. We thought you were asleep.
I was, until you and started cackling. Honey, why don't you go with your grandma?
Oh, she can't. It's at 11. She has class.
Grass? Where'd you get a hold of that?
Pop, I said class. She has class.
Oh, not tomorrow, I don't. It's midterms week, so I have the whole week off of class until Thursday and Friday when I have to go in for exams.
Well, what about studying?
I've got plenty of time.
I gotta believe your dad has a thing or two to say about that.
Well, he could come say it to me. If the girl's got time to go with you, she should. Seems to me she's doing her best to get you and me through this, Dolly, so you take her up on it.
Dolly? Did you have another sister?
Oh, no. Dolly's one of the nicknames he had for us girls. When we were little, he had so many nicknames for us, we weren't sure what our real names were. Dolly, Sweet Pea, Chicken and a Biscuit.
Tomorrow, Grandma.
No, he's gone back to using them now when the real names escape him. We had Minnie, Hootie Hoo, Stinky Pot Pie.
Grandma, tomorrow, I think we should.
Did I ever tell you about the
Nice
time?
try, Grandma. I'm going with you tomorrow. I'll pick you up at 10:30. We can go to lunch after if you're nice, okay?
No.
Gotta run now.
That's not gonna work.
Stinky pot pie.
Hey, now wait a minute, Miss Missy. That child.
Whip smart, that girl. What's her name?
what I've done with patients. We have some more time, so what other questions can I answer for you? And maybe Lila can fill in too.
So you said that you're doing less of the medically assisted death, right? And
Right. Yes, but don't get me wrong. There's situations where those life-ending meds are the best solution, and plenty of people prefer that route.
But you said that you're doing more of the voluntary stopping of eating and drinking. VSED. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, it's really pretty personal for me. As a doctor, you have to get to know the people you're treating pretty well before you provide those end-of-life drugs. You have a lot of meetings with them, you get to know them really well. In fact, your relationships become pretty close.
And then you provide the drugs that end them. And I just felt overwhelmed by that.
But isn't it worse to just watch them go slowly?
You know, a lot of people think that, and for some people it may be true, but a lot of times it goes quicker than you might think. Plus, now we have medications that help ease the way.
I don't know. That whole die dry thing sounds pretty rough.
Man, it really does. And no disrespect, but as the doctor, you're not around much. It's really the family who has to do it.
Yeah, but if a person's already lost weight and they're pretty sick, it really does go pretty fast. Like in my dad's case, it was 3 days.
Yes, your hospice nurses, your palliative nurses, they're really a godsend. I know your family said they had a great experience with them, Lila. And also, just so you know, I'm there a lot of times. I've seen quite a few people at their very end. It just depends on the circumstances.
Oh. I can't stand it when my mouth gets dry. Oh, just overnight. When I see my dad's mouth all dry, I have to get him water. I just can't look at it.
I understand, but just to explain the dye-dry recommendation, if you keep moisturizing, dyeing just takes longer. I mean, people think, oh, well, just give her a few ice chips or a little sip of water. Really, it just makes things worse. It prolongs the process. It makes for gurgling, uncomfortable respiratory symptoms at the end.
How long does it usually take, I mean, once they totally stop eating and drinking?
It depends on a couple of things. Like Lila was saying, if their body, their illness has kind of started shutting down, or they've lost a lot of weight, it's faster. Without water, typically, people die within 5 days to 2 weeks. Whereas with taking water, even without food, it can be a month or more.
So like my great grandpa, who isn't eating much at all and has lost weight, he seems like he could go this way pretty quickly.
How old is he?
Well, he's 98. He could make it to 100 easy. Besides, like I said, it sounds like torture to me. I cannot deal with it.
Grandma, he's the one who has to deal with it, not you. He acts like he wants to deal with it. He's already said that. You and Juliana keep shoveling it in him. And
that's not true.
Come on.
That's not happening.
Every time he says he wants to stop, you go, come on, Pop, one more bite, one more sip, and then he forgets and you can trick him into taking more and more.
That's enough, Deb. That's not what's happening. Nobody's tricking anybody. Nobody. And these people don't need to hear that. This is exactly what I told you I did not want to do.
Sorry, Grandma. Sorry, I didn't mean to make this all about us, my family.
It's okay. It's a very personal topic. And we're here to support you as families and caregivers. And sometimes it just goes that way. So just remember, you can always take a break if you need to.
I'll be happy to talk with you more about your great-grandfather if you want to contact me later. Any other questions, thoughts? Yes.
I was wondering if you've seen very many younger people going through this?
Not too many. A few in their late 30s, early 40s.
How old was that woman with ALS that you mentioned before?
She was 56 when she was diagnosed and 61 when she died.
How do you think she knew when it was time?
That's a good question. After she first got diagnosed, she wanted to hang in there for her daughter's wedding, and she did it too. She was still breathing on her own, which is a huge deal with ALS. And she'd already said she didn't ever want to be on a ventilator. But after her daughter's wedding, well, her speech got harder to understand, her swallowing got worse, and she was bedbound most of the time. So with all of that, she decided she just didn't want to go on.
That's a lot. I mean, for her family. I was wondering if they knew that her breathing was going to be what took her anyway, and she didn't want to be on a ventilator, why would she choose to stop eating and drinking?
It wasn't clear how long that would take. And she felt like every day was pushing a load of bricks up a hill. They'd given her this speech device, which uses eye gaze to type, So communication was slow and exhausting, but that was one of the things she typed to me. Bricks up a hill.
Bricks up a hill.
What is it, Catherine?
Nothing. Oh, sorry. It's nothing.
Were her problems with swallowing part of what made her want to give up eating and drinking? My husband has problems with that, and even though they give him this super mushy food, he's coughing and choking all the time.
Absolutely. I wondered if she'd give herself pneumonia by ingesting some food or liquid into her lungs and die that way. She looked so uncomfortable and scared every time she started coughing. By that time, assisted death wasn't an option because she couldn't swallow the meds or even get them into her mouth. So she decided to stop eating and drinking, both as a way to avoid that discomfort and also to end her life. That facility did not like that. They kept pushing her to eat. In fact, it was like they were force feeding her.
How did the family feel about that?
It was a huge family, and they were really split on it. It was pretty bad. But then one day she spent 4 hours typing out a 2-page letter to me and her family, begging us to help her die. So that talked the rest of the family into it. By the last couple of weeks, they were all on board, and in the end, it was a celebration. They played songs she'd written, sang to her. Her little granddaughters were even dancing around the bedside.
That sounds pretty
amazing. It sounds amazing.
It sounds like a big party.
Actually, it was.
So, doctor, have you worked with many cancer patients? My wife has cancer. She's been through treatment 3 times. She's young. We have 2 kids at home.
Actually, I've seen a lot of people with cancer. In fact, my last patient is a fairly young guy who developed cancer of the jaw. He actually said that cancer was a relief because people could understand it and sympathize with it more than they could with any of his mental health issues.
That's a trip.
He even said that his family were more supportive of death with dignity once he had cancer than they had been when he brought it up before as a way out of what he saw as an overwhelming lifetime of mental health issues.
Did he have kids?
No, and most of the people I've talked with who have kids at home tend to want to hang in there for quite a while, usually until, well, pretty late in the game. They're advanced and their disease process usually takes them before we can even get through those initial consultations.
Thanks.
Do people ever back out of doing it?
Many times. I had one gentleman who tried 3 times. Unresolved stuff in his life, I think. I think we've run a little over time.
Oh, okay, well, we should wrap up because we have a new parents group coming in a few minutes.
Well, Lila has my card, so I'm happy to talk with you more if you and your wife are considering this.
So, thank you all for coming today, and let's thank Dr. Brandon for such a great presentation.
Of course, my pleasure. And if any of you have any questions, want more information, just email me. I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Okay, well, take care of yourselves this week, and remember to block a little time every day for yourselves. We'll see you next week for an open topic meeting.
lot less intense than that one a couple weeks ago about not eating and drinking. You know, I think I'm getting used to going, and it's good to see how other people are managing.
Oh, God. I'm so glad. I'm so happy you're getting something out of it.
Did you know that you could have a doula?
A doula? Like for pregnant women?
Yeah, but a doula for the end of life.
How many pushes until you're dead?
Terry!
Kind of a weird concept, babe. Oh God, speaking of weird, I saw this video today of this guy with Parkinson's, and he had this friend of his make him his, a coffin, and he actually got in it to see if he was going to fit, and he got stuck. Started laughing really hard. He said something about how good it smelled in there. I thought, like that matters.
Oh, the whole thing is a weird concept.
Coffins? Yeah. Cremation's the way to go. The way to go. Get it?
You mean cremation?
No, that was not my speech. Cremation is a thing. It's like composting yourself to feed a tree that gets planted next to you, so you don't die for nothing.
So I could plant a tree and you in the backyard and just look out and pine for you.
I think they have rules about where you can do it. But hey, at least you wouldn't have some funeral guy trying to spruce me up.
It's all very funny, dear. I know, but what I meant is weird is just, it seems like we're giving up too soon. That's it. You're just too young, and we're giving up too soon.
Kat, we've been over this a bunch.
No. How can you sit there so calm? Just organizing stuff. Like you're planning out the garden.
Yeah, it is like that. All those little decisions, like how to rotate things or what stuff should go where. It took my mind off the BS. It cleared my head and it helped me relax. I can't meditate worth squat. Focus on your breath. Maybe we should do yams for dinner. Breathe in, breathe out. What should I get Kath for her birthday? Come back to your breath. Oh, we need to fix that crack in that wall. But planning things, now that does something for me. The more I plan, the better I feel about it. So tell me about this weird doula thing.
Well, Lila said that there are people that get certified to be doulas for the end of the life. And they'll come in the last weeks or months or whatever, and they'll help you do stuff.
Like what?
No, they do what's called legacy work. They'll help you pre-write your obituary, and she said that sometimes they'll do like cookbooks or photo albums, and I was thinking that maybe we could do some stuff with your art, like, get copies and put it in a book.
Okay, that could be cool. Yeah.
And she said they will come at the very end and help you with that, and like who you want to have be there. If you want it to be quiet or maybe a party. And they'll help you with a schedule to make sure that you're never alone, unless you want to be.
Well, I mean, I don't think I need someone so much for me, but I damn sure think they would be helpful for you.
Terry, why are you always so worried about me? This isn't about me, it's about you. Are you ever scared about it's gonna be?
I'm not it doesn't scare me.
I'm talking about the journey on the way out. Are you worried what it's gonna feel like?
Well, I mean, yeah, sometimes, but it's mostly like, it's like that time we went to the, what the hell's the name of that place? You know, it's deep, it's hot, and rocky.
Grand Canyon.
Yes! Hell yes! The Grand Canyon. And you kept teasing me by going close to the edge, and that was the first time I've ever really felt scared of heights, or I guess of falling. And it's like I said then, if I fall, it's over quick for me. But if you fall and I have to watch that, I can never unsee that. I don't want to watch you falling at my end, Kath. You know, maybe it's selfish, but one of us has to go first, and one of us has to spend some time alone. And I'm the one that's going, and you're stuck with the alone. So, you know, I just want the time between now and then to be as painless as it can be. I don't want to spend my last days drowning in my own pain or in the agony of watching you being drowned by it. That is no way to go. Don't you get that?
I guess. I'll try to stay on this side of the guardrail. No, I'm gonna have a couple little slides.
Well, God, I fully expect that. It'd be weird if you didn't. But in the meantime, maybe we should look into the doula thing.
Already?
Well, I had a talk with a nurse today. Well, the doctor agrees that since Parkinson's won't likely take me in the next 6 months, she can't do the medically assisted death. But she is supporting me in quitting eating and drinking when I'm ready to take the next step. So,
I mean toward
hey, you gotta say the D word sometime, babe.
I'm getting close.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
Hey, so Pam says today was your 5th time going. Think that group is helping you deal with where Mom's at?
Yes. It was just weird the first time I went because it was when that doctor was there talking about all that intentional life-ending stuff. I wasn't super happy with Pam about that. She tried to tell me that she didn't remember what the topic was going to be that day. And then Mom started talking about not eating and drinking as a way of going, and I guess Pam must have told her.
Sorry I can't ever go with you. It's hard to get over on weekdays.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry about it. I don't make it there every week myself.
Okay, so what went on today?
One lady, her husband passed about a week ago, and the guy with the young wife, he lost her about 3 weeks ago. Yeah, and today was his first time back. It was just a little weird because there were these 2 new people there, and we were hearing all these last days stories.
I had agreed for him to be on comfort measures. Poor Jerry was just looking like a husk, lying there in bed not eating or drinking the last couple of days. And I was thinking about that dry thing that one doctor told us about. I mean, with his dementia, he couldn't ask for that, but there it was. He just went there on his own. We tried to make sure people use those lemon swabs and not ice or water for his poor mouth. All the nieces and nephews had been over on his birthday, and his sister was coming with me about every day. Then this one day, our hospice nurse had a new nurse with her. And when they came out of his room, the new gal told me and my sister that it would be about another 3 weeks. And it just came out of my mouth. I said something like, "Hell no, I will suffocate that man myself." I guess that sounded pretty awful. Then our nurse Donna sent the new one down to the nurse's station for something, and she said something like, "I know what you meant, but you won't be needing to do that. She's new at this. I can tell you it won't be 3 weeks. Maybe 3 days at most." Well, he fooled everybody. It was 3 hours. He always was one for setting records.
Sounds like he went a lot quicker than Mom's gonna go.
I don't know, Doug. It's hard to compare. His very end came on quickly, but his poor wife, went through all that heavy-duty dementia stuff with him for a couple of years. Also, he wasn't nearly as old as Mom. He wasn't even retired when all that stuff started.
That's rough.
God, I am glad Mom can still tell us stuff. I guess I should stop taking that for granted. I mean, listen to her about what she wants.
Hey, Sharon, I've got Mom on her shower bench. Can you keep an eye on her? I have got to stretch my back out. I'm getting way too old to do this.
I'm on it.
We just had a pretty good conversation.
Yeah?
We didn't totally go there, but I think Cher's starting to figure some things out.
Yeah, I think that group really is helping. That woman who lost her husband, she brought up some stuff that really opened things up today.
She said something about that, and she mentioned the guy who lost his wife, too.
Oh, God, that was so sad. They're so young. He told us that the reason he hadn't been coming the last several weeks was she had gotten so bad he was afraid to leave her at all. And then she went and took matters into her own hands.
I guess in some places they used to have sin eaters, people who would take on the sins of the dying. I wish I could have been a pain eater for Jen. It was so hard watching her face twisting, hearing her gasp when she moved. We talked about the no eating and drinking thing, but she was worried she wouldn't be able to handle doing it long enough and was scared that she wouldn't be able to swallow the pain pills at the end of doing that. I told her they'd put her on a pain patch. I called Dr. Brandon, made an appointment for him to talk to her. Meanwhile, the pain just got worse and worse. She said she didn't want to take the pain pills because she didn't want to be out of it in front of the kids. I kept trying to get her to understand that it wasn't a problem, but she just didn't seem to be able to process what I was saying. Then one day, I heard her tell the hospice nurse she was taking her pain meds regularly, and I knew that wasn't true. I thought it's just her memory. She was saving them up. It wasn't confusion. It was planning. I mean, I should have known. The way she organized everything else.
That must have been so rough for him. Jeez. Pam, do you think it's time for Mom to start taking a harder look at how she wants to go?
Oh, she already is. She
She's just scared of it. She keeps backing away.
Why do you think that is?
I don't think she's gonna let go until Sherry lets go. I think Mom's worried about her. But, I mean, it sounds like maybe Cher's moving in the right direction.
Oh my God, Mom, honey, I told you to wait. She's on the floor and can't possibly get her up by myself.
Oh, what's going on?
Wait, I told her she's supposed to hang on to the grandpa. She fell.
Yeah, do you need help?
Stand.
Pam, call 911.
Oh, Pam, shit. I was being so careful, I just turned around for a second to get her towel. I don't know why she stood up without me.
I need an ambulance. Yes.
Mom, honey, I'm so sorry.
Sherry, it's not your fault.
Just
It's not your fault, Sherry. Oh.
Yes.
She's shaking like a leaf. I need a blanket. It's not your fault. You heard what Mom said. It's not your fault, okay?
2255 Northeast Russell. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so we have the guest list, and everything. And Debbie the doula. Sounds like a musical, huh?
Sure does.
She's been a huge help. We got the music all planned out and the food.
Food? I hope you're not picking stuff you like. You don't want to be sitting there smelling briskets and hot links and can't eat it.
Yeah, the guests will be dining on a fine liver and okra stir fry. The fruit course will be underripe pears.
Oh, no.
God, who eats fruit that isn't ripe? Okay, for dessert, I'm thinking rice pudding and those nasty, waxy sweets.
Oh, wax lips.
No, it's for Halloween.
Oh, candy corn.
Yeah, candy corn.
I'll come late. What about drinks?
Cheap beer and church, communion wine.
Nice. So you gonna do your barbecue meal some night here soon?
Yeah, tomorrow night. Poor Kath, she feels so bad, and she eats something that I like. I mean, I can't swallow a lot of stuff now. Even though she grinds it up and blends it for me, kind of tastes the same, but the texture, not great.
Well, like Dr. Brandon said, you should keep your intake a little light from now until you completely stop.
Yeah, Colin, that's not a problem. Honestly, I haven't had an appetite for months now. I've really only been eating a few bites to make Kath happy. But, speaking of, have you thought about what I asked for? Like a few bites of brisket and ribs, fried chicken? Nah, sounds good, like a good last supper.
Well, Michelle told me to tell you to go for it. Just cut it up in really small pieces and put lots of sauce on it.
I like her. She's funny. Oh gosh, she sure was patient with me when I stopped doing all those stupid exercises.
She saw where you was going with this whole quarterly of life thing, and she understands it. But seriously, cut it up, okay?
So I don't choke to death?
Terry, I understand choking to death might be faster than what you got planned, but it's pretty unpleasant and stressful for people to watch. And besides, you want your party, right?
I hear you, chopped and sauced it is.
In small amounts.
Like a baby bird. Maybe Kath can re-chew it and spit it in my mouth.
What are you on about?
Just talking about the Last Supper.
Ah, right. How's it going, Colin?
I'm finding you.
Oh, hanging in there. Oh, I'm feeling a little wiped. I just got done with group. That was good. Debbie, the doula, has been a real saint. So is there anything I need to know about?
Well, Dr. Brandon ordered the comfort meds and they'll be getting them over to you. And we just now talked about decreasing the intake over the next week.
Oh, good. I was worried about how we were going to control her tremors if she couldn't take her meds.
No, Colin just told me that he's asking for orders for a liquid version. So it won't be like water. Like, it won't be, liquidizing.
Hydrating.
Yeah, right, hydrating me.
And all the meds she wants to take up until the end will either be liquid or patch. And Dr. Brandon ordered the diuretics to help jumpstart on the drying out.
Right. When will you be back?
Thursday again.
Oh, great. Good. Do you think you'll be able to stop into her party? We'd both really like it if you did.
Sure, after work.
Good.
We'll save you some liver and communion wine.
She told you about her menu idea? Yeah, that's not going to be a thing. There will be no liver in this house. We're going to have some actual edible food and champagne for everyone, except Terry. She still wants to be the hostess with the mostest, but she also wanted to do the party after she stopped eating. So, trying to get us closer to D-Day.
D-Day?
Yeah, that's what we're calling it. D, as in death.
See there, Colin? She can say it now.
Well done, Catherine.
Yeah. When do I get my medal?
I gave the kids some money, sent them to the cafeteria.
Thanks, Ross.
That's no problem. I'm just glad the four of them could get here while she could still talk a little. They've been sitting there for hours. I think they need a break.
We should have taken her back to our place.
She'd probably die in the ambulance. That'd been awful.
Is it too late for us to change our minds? Can we still ask them to put her on a breathing machine?
Well, Sherry, it's definitely too late for that. Anyway, Mom said no. It's not like we didn't ask. Remember what you said about, not taking for granted that she could still tell us what she wants.
I know, but it's just that I didn't know that her mouth would be hanging open like that. And she twitches every once in a while, so I'm afraid she's in pain. And her breathing, my God, it just sounds so bad.
Now, they've got her on a lot of morphine. The doctor says she's probably not feeling any pain at all.
You were okay with this a couple hours ago. What's up?
It's okay for you guys. You're not the one who let her fall in the shower. If she hadn't fallen and broken her hip, she would still be up and walking around and not just lying around, and then her lungs would not have gotten like that. You know that's not true. They would have. The
reason they couldn't do the hip surgery was because her lungs were so bad anyway, and her stroke risk. Honey, it might not have been this quick, but it wasn't going to be that much longer. I mean, the reason she's so tiny is she's been burning so many calories, struggling to breathe all these years.
It's time to let go, Sherry. The fall wasn't your fault. And it definitely wasn't your fault that she smoked for 50 years.
Doug's right. It's not your fault. It's probably not hers either. And like the chaplain said, we probably shouldn't talk about her like she's not here. We never know what she might hear. Right, Mark?
That's right, Sherry. I didn't need your help to fall. I did it all on my own, just like I've done a zillion times before. And now, you don't need to argue about whether or not I should stop eating or drinking, do you? It's gonna be okay. Puppetry is part of our family tradition. Part of our end-of-life ritual.
Okay then. Well, someone must have accidentally tripped the call light during the puppetry, so we'll just turn that off.
Good save, Cher.
Me and Devin are back.
What took you so long?
Mom, we hadn't been home since yesterday. We kind of needed to take a shower. Anyway, there's plenty of family in and out.
Oh, yeah. All day. So much nice family and friends. I thought we were going to have to set up a line to get in here for a minute. There it goes again. I'll be right back. He was a popular guy.
Makes me wonder where some of those folks have been the last few years.
Well, they're here now, so let's make the best of it.
You and Juliana put out quite a spread. It's funny how some people can't eat a bite when they're sad and other people are starved. So much cake.
Have you eaten, Mom?
Oh, I've been trying, but every time I go up there, I see your Auntie Viv and your Auntie Carol, and it just turns into this big weep fest.
Well,
and
you
I
need
can't
to eat. You need to eat.
We just had so many plans for his 100th. And then, too, we're the ones who spent the most time with him.
Sometimes it's so quiet, and then a few minutes will go by, and here's someone crying. And seems like it's been going on pretty long. Hey, Dr. Brandon.
Hello, Jeff.
Do you need anything, Bev?
No, thanks. Oh, I'm glad you're back, Doctor.
I just wanted to see how things are going.
You know, with his heart failure and not eating and drinking and with how his breathing has been for a while, I thought he'd go faster.
It's only been about 3 days since he stopped drinking, right?
Feels like forever.
Yeah, well, let's see how it's looking.
Poor mouth.
I know.
It looks terrible.
Take a look. You've all been doing a really good job on those mouth swabs. I mean, he's dry for sure, but clean. But I think he's comfortable and pretty close now. He made it clear to me he didn't want to be in pain. He didn't want you to see him that way, even though the meds made him less alert.
It's just been hard waiting.
Has anybody been talking to him in the last few hours?
I don't know what else to say to him. I mean, Pete was the last of us kids to get here. And he told Pop he was here. I thought that might do it, but that was how long ago?
That was early this morning.
Do you think he can hear us or understand?
Well, it's hard to say, but Juliana, if you could open the door just for a second, let's listen to what you'd be hearing if you were him.
Yeah, we've got some pretty big criers in my family.
I wonder if Charlie thinks it would be wrong to leave when he's hearing so much sadness. People are here to mourn, but to celebrate his life. So maybe we could get a few folks in here, tell some stories about Charlie, maybe sing some songs, I don't know, whatever would help him feel like you're gonna be all right. Even though you're gonna miss him, he'll be okay when he goes. And maybe someone should tell him that.
What do you think, Grandma?
Oh, Lord. Debbie, I don't. I guess so.
All right, well, I'll go talk to everybody, try to get them to dry up a little, and come on in. I'll tell some jokes.
Dad, maybe not with the jokes.
I'll come help.
I know this is hard, Bev.
Oh, he just kept talking about wanting to go be with Mama. Didn't want to wait around, not even for his 100th birthday. We did everything he suggested. We really backed off the liquids. And then a week ago he stopped eating and he completely stopped drinking on Thursday. I really thought he'd be gone by now.
Did he get to talk to everybody before he stopped responding?
Well, he hasn't said a word for over a day. Pete couldn't make it until this morning, so he didn't get to talk to him. But before that, Pop wasn't a real talker. He was not a touchy-feely guy, but he was passing out the compliments and the advice right up until yesterday.
All right, everybody, it's gonna be tight, but let's squeeze in. A few of you can go down around to the other side of the bed, and a couple can sit there at the foot of the bed. Okay, so the doc here wants to hear some stories about Pop Pop.
Oh, I could tell you the sweetest story about when Mama was dying.
Oh, Viv, I don't think that's what we got in mind. We are looking for some fun stories that will cheer us up.
Oh, I got one I bet most of you never heard, except me and Bev and Viv. When Mama was in the hospital.
Auntie Carol, we're trying to lighten it up.
No, Jeff. Let her tell it. She knows what she's saying. Go on, Carol.
Anyway, Mama was in the hospital and she was doing pretty good, but she was having a little trouble with getting food down. And there was this itty bitty little nurse or something, I don't know what she was. Anyway, she was trying to explain why Mama was having trouble swallowing.
Carol Ann, you are not going to tell that story,
Let
are
her
you?
tell it, Viv.
So she is showing them all these drawings about how you swallow and using all these terms. Pops could tell Mama was ready to be done with all that. So he says to the gal, "Hey, I've been wondering what caused all these swallowing problems. You think it could be because she's been charming my snake too much?"
Oh,
say in complete seriousness. Oh no, Charlie, I don't think it could be from that.
Oh, no.
That little gal got out of there so quick.
I almost peed my pants.
Charlie, you old doggy.
But there's a lot of great stories about Charlie.
Pop seemed like a quiet guy most of the time, but he had a wicked sense of humor.
Yeah.
And I remember him singing songs all the time. It seemed like he could never remember all the words to anyone's song, though.
Well, I remember him walking around the house in the garden doing his chores and whistling, and you'd say, "What's that song, Pop?" And he'd be like, "Oh, I don't know." I think he made a lot of stuff up.
What's that one he used to sing about Kalamazoo because Mama grew up by there?
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I got a gal in Kalamazoo. Don't want to boast, but I know she's a toast of Kalamazoo.
Oh, I know a different Kalamazoo song that Pop used to sing to us kids, and then Grandma would hit him with a tea towel. Join in if you know it, right? I know a girl from Terre Haute, she's got a tattoo on her butt.
I know a girl from Kalamazoo, she's got one on her butt too.
Oh, Pops. Happy 100th.
resuscitate. That's the end of that, yeah. Do not resuscitate. That's the end of that, yeah. Oh, they got me on a machine. I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. Real life is nothing but a dream. I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. But I just wanna jump and shout. There's a warm room in cold white. I have been thoroughly wired. Thoroughly wired. And the road that I've walked has been long. And baby, I'm tired. Baby, I'm tired. Everybody's got a shelf life, I'm certain. And I'm certain mine has expired. Well, I say do not resuscitate. That's the end of that, yeah. Do not resuscitate.